Welcome back to Something About a Pie. I'm Jason Hennig. Today, we're looking at something a lot of people take for granted. What exactly is prophecy? A prophecy, very simply, is when God hands a message down to a prophet, someone who speaks for God. So, in that regard, it's not a terribly complicated idea. However, there are two major types of prophecies that I want to talk about today: forewarning and foretelling. A forewarning is the most common kind of prophecy, especially if you look in the Old Testament. Think of it as God's if-then statements about the future. Sometimes they were good. If you do such and such a righteous thing, then you will be blessed. Often they were serious warnings. If you keep disobeying God, your country will be taken over and you'll be sold into slavery. Those are examples of forewarning, a projected outcome in response to the listener's actions. A foretelling, however, is perhaps the more famous of the two. This is a statement of what exactly the future holds regardless of the actions of the listener. Many of the prophecies of Jesus fall under foretelling. A lot of foretellings were very cryptic and difficult to decipher, which can lead to things like the various interpretations of the book of Revelations. The Bible is full of a lot of prophecy, but what's the point of all of it? Well, there are two big points of prophecies. First, they remind us that everything will work out in God's favor in the end, so we can be hopeful and act the way God intends. Second, a fulfilled prophecy shows the world that God is truly God. After all, only God can see the future. But how does this prophecy get to the prophet? The simple answer is through the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit is God's messenger, and whether it's through a vision or dream or a whisper on the wind, you can bet the Holy Spirit is the one delivering it. Are there prophets now? Maybe. It's difficult to say, and it's fairly hotly debated among theologians whether the gift of prophecy is rampant any longer. Some say yes, we just aren't very good at listening. Some say no, now that the Holy Spirit lives in all of us as a gift from Jesus, that's a story for another time, we don't need prophecy anymore. Whatever the case, you can sit a little more informed about it.